Hey, what up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you hot off of last night's show. I don't know how I made it through work today. I had to work 5 to 2 after being at that show last night, and I didn't get home until just about 1 o'clock. So 3 hours of sleep and then coming to work. I can tell my eyes are bugging out like crazy. Today, just at the end of my lunch, the news broke. February 24th, it's going to be a big one. Monday Night Raw. That's the day they're kicking it all off. Their big network goes live. And you can check out all of those old school pay-per-views. You can watch the 24-hour network channel, see what they got going on there. Maybe catch an episode of Monday Night Wars or Legends House, or whatever they got up there first to check it out. I think that I've seen a good demonstration of what it's going to be, but still my mind is racing. Like, what is this going to be once this actually pops up? But the big news is the big man, the dead man, the Undertaker, is going to be making his return, which looks like on this show live from Green Bay, Wisconsin. Mr. Kennedy will probably be in the house selling popcorn in the back. Hopefully he'll have a fake mustache and no one will recognize him from TNA. Nobody really watches TNA that much anymore to recognize the guy. But my buddy Victor, I couldn't believe it, man. When he told me he was going to that show, I knew it was going to be a big one. I was expecting, maybe that's where they have Sting come out or Hogan come out. Undertaker really wasn't on my list of guys that I was looking to debut on that show. Even though it seems like all year long you sit there and you're like, come on, when's it coming, when's it coming? We got through WrestleMania last year. Undertaker wasn't that beat up. He was able to go on the UK tour. He went over there and he wrestled, the Shield on Monday Night Raw. It really helped develop the character and get over Daniel Bryan, having him team up, the two big phenoms, The Undertaker and Kane over there. But he took the triple power bomb through the table, and Undertaker was, sayonara, we'll see you later. It was all over and done with, and then we had to sit there, is it going to be the Shield versus Undertaker at SummerSlam rumors? And he never popped up for that. And of course, everybody always likes to think of the anniversary of the Undertaker. Off the top of my head, I believe this year was 23 years or something like that from this Survivor Series debut. And, man, that's crazy that he's still wrestling out there after 23 years. It's such a, high capacity, especially never leaving the WWF or the WWE, staying there the whole time, even though he's a part-time guy. It really does count. But, I like a spoiler every now and then. But, I mean, jeez, why couldn't they keep this one a secret? Honestly, last year, the whole thing, old school Raw, WrestleMania 29, honestly, in my opinion, he had the match of the night, but the whole Undertaker storyline to me with CM Punk was honestly a real big letdown. CM Punk was already, calling himself the best in the world. He's been doing that for a while. He's held the championship for over he held it for over 400 days, over a whole calendar year. And that's just beyond crazy. And Undertaker comes out, and they have a match with some dudes on Raw to say who's going to face him, and then they build the storyline from there. Honestly, Punk should have called this guy out, especially with how far they went into this storyline, with him dumping the ashes on him and bringing up the whole Paul Bear, death involved in the whole angle and everything like that. But I don't know. They could do the whole thing that they did a few years ago, where they build up the big debut of the Undertaker. Undertaker comes out there, he's in the center of the ring, and then boom! You put Sting up on top of the Titantron, put the light on him, and he's shining the bat down on him. And then you got Taker versus Sting for WrestleMania on the books. I mean, maybe that's why they're letting this leak that Taker's going to be there, because I I don't know, you already have said it already, you know, it's not old school Raw, but all these old names are going to be there to make you want to tune in to where you watch Raw, and it's going to have some big sort of ending that you're going to say, like, I got to get this network. If I haven't signed up, I'm going to do it. I think almost everybody's going to do it. I think the one thing they really want you to do is go on to that live network stream channel and watch the post-game episode of Monday Night Raw, where you get I think it's like a 1 hour recap where they're going to be interviewing guys. I think they're going to kick this off in a big way. I think it's going to be a lot like Main Event. I still like to watch Main Event. It's a 1 hour wrestling show. You don't really get tired of it. The first match always involves two guys and some sort of I don't want to say dream matchup, but two guys that aren't really involved in a feud, but like, you know, two, you know, upper mid-carders that, you know, deserve to have a really good match. And a lot of times they get to go the distance, and it's a, you know, a 15-minute match. And, you know, if they would have wrestled on Monday Night Raw, they would have only got, you know, 5 or 6. You watch the whole show, it ends, and you're happy that you made it through it without getting bored. But I think that, you know, when the show first started, they did CM Punk versus Sheamus. You know, John Cena wrestled against somebody. Even if you go back to Superstars of WGN when that started, you had Undertaker versus Matt Hardy. You had Shane McMahon against, I think he wrestled Ted DiBiase. Maybe he wrestled Cody Rhodes. I can't remember. But, you know, those first few episodes were really, really good. And then it started to decline in the names that they were, you know, putting on that show. I think that's what it'll be like. I think mainly you're going to get some promos that are going to be basically anywhere else in the world that you can see. But I think those first few weeks, maybe you'll get to see, you know, how Raw ends in the dark match segments, or maybe you'll see somebody getting jumped backstage, and it'll really add to a storyline to make you feel like, oh, fuck, I got to watch this. But Taker coming out. I mean, Taker versus Sting, Taker versus Lesnar. You can't really do Taker versus The Shield because you've already sort of committed to The Shield breaking up. And I've been just, you know, I don't think it's the best match that they can have, but I think that everybody's been looking forward to them having a triple threat match at Mania for well over a year. I can't really think of anybody that else is out there. My dream match is Taker versus Cena, but I mean, really, I think almost everybody in the world is sort of seen that's not going to happen, even though that it should. I mean, Cena's already pretty much married to Bray, with them, you know, ruining his chance at the Rumble, and more than likely they're going to be they're going to be running in on the Chamber, making sure that he doesn't win that as well. And that'll be the real, like, knife in the back that Cena's like, all right, I'm going to kick your ass at Mania and I'm going to make something out of you. I'll make you famous. Maybe that's what Cena will say, but I'm getting tired and I got to drive home, so I'm getting less fired up by the minute. Hopefully I'm going to go see the Lego movie when I get home and take the kids out. Peace out.